Dennis Rodman.
With a touch of magic, because I'm throwing that bitch behind my back, Chad, like this.
We literally were playing like the Bulls. He's Dennis Rodman grabbing the rebound, the defensive rebound. He's kicking it to me, and it's turning into offense. It's turning into offense. Didn't I just say the Bulls?
Yeah.
You're Steve Kerr.
I'm Ron Harper. No, you can't give me Steve Kerr. I'm
Ron Harper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ball nigga.
All right. No, I respect that.
I ain't no Pippen or no. I ain't that. I ain't come on now. I ain't Pippen or nothing like that.
See how you look and everything throughout the whole show.
Pippen.
and everything, man.
Shit, it's like you're not a gun podcast.
Yeah, after my first fight, it was in 2020. So the world just like shut down.
In 2020, I was during COVID.
You had to
Yeah, it
pull up
was
a
right before. It was like
mask,
it
test it
was in
shit,
like
pause.
March.
So you had to
Right
you had to
when
fight
the
with a
shit
mask.
Fucking
Yeah, like I fought, and then me and Chris went down to Fort Lauderdale for spring break, and then
Chris went to high school.
I was like, Chris Williams? Nigga, you know Chris Williams?
No. We know a bunch of Chris's too.
Okay.
So,
oh yeah, I know a good handful too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah.
You had to fight with a mask on. You had to fight with a mask on.
No,
No, he had
this
to
was
show
right
up with the
before.
mask.
Oh, okay.
It was right before any of that ever came about.
Okay.
But like I fought, then the next day we went to Fort Lauderdale. Like midweek, everything was just like shut down.
That was. How do you feel about that? That was like detrimental to society, wasn't it?
Bro,
That was pretty crazy.
it just happened out of nowhere too. It's just like, boom.
And even just last episode, we was talking to Georgia Tech athlete. I mean, he was going to high school during that time, so it's like he couldn't play football for them 2-3 years. Still got offers.
Bro missed damn near his sophomore and junior year. He played his senior year, still got like 11 plus offers.
Gotta make the most out of nothing, man.
Play at Tech right now. We did his episode last week. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, we couldn't train, couldn't do anything, or couldn't go to the gym. Had to train at home.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I'm about to say that shit take like real discipline and everything. So, like,
You gotta
morning,
like
all right,
get people
so-
together.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was an ordeal for sure. I didn't train for a while after that, just because like all of the people were not trying to train. Like, nobody was trying to be around anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody was trying to drive to other people's houses and be in other people's houses. It's crazy. Like couldn't really get any type of like one-on-one or training other than just yourself. Body weight training, shadow boxing,
Calisthenics and all that
yeah,
shit, yeah.
calisthenics, bag work, shadow boxing, jump rope, it's running, like anything just by yourself. But other than that, it's just
Do you think that helped with your overall like fighting game? You being with yourself and improving those skills?
probably not during that time. I actually just went to California by myself for 2 weeks before my last fight. And like stayed in a hotel by myself for 2 weeks, just no distractions, just training. I think that really like improved my my skills and my mentality of like regarding fighting and training, and kind of made me more look at it more like a job as like a profession.
Because you're traveling and training, right?
Yeah, I spent probably $2,000-$3,000 just to get out there and train, and then on top of that, you got food, miscellaneous expenses.
Gotta eat right too.
Bro,
You're not just
you
talking
ain't
about
gotta
in
tell
and
me, bro. I
out.
already know a week in Cali, bro, is
Yeah,
easily,
a
easily
week,
2 racks.
Yeah,
2 weeks. is
2
crazy.
weeks is come on, bro. And you're training. You're obviously hungry.
You're
Burning
eating
hella
3
calories.
times a day, and you're eating well balanced meals, and you know that's
Yeah.
not cheap. Good ingredients.
Yeah.
Nothing like fast food. Nothing like that. So
Yeah, I was like eating my hotel breakfast. That was free, thankfully. So I only had to pay for 2 meals.
Okay.
But I was only eating for breakfast like fruit, toast, like something light, and then I go train with the protein at 9, and then from there go back, shower, eat lunch, train again in the afternoon, go back, shower, eat like something light before, and then do like night session, either like something like training related, like jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, something like that, or go do run, lift, strength and conditioning of some degree, and then go back, sleep, and wake up, do
That
it
shit
all
sound
again.
Crazy. You're
Yeah.
training for real.
Yeah, it's
All
more fun
24/7.
when it's like when you're doing that alone. When it's not like you have to deal with like everyday life. Got like girlfriend, dog, this, that, the other, job.
It's hard to be locked in.
Yeah, but when I was out there alone, it was just train. So it really improved like my
Easier to
mentality.
be your focus.
Oh yeah, yeah. Easier to just like let everything else kind of just flow and just train. Training's obviously
What
practice
about
makes
like
perfect.
tournaments, everything? You ever thought about entering like tournaments and stuff, like competing for belts and stuff in like tournaments?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm thinking about doing a Muay Thai tournament,
Okay.
which is like basically like kickboxing.
It's like all 8 limbs,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
I know what Muay Thai is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much like that. I know like being my size, there's not really many people. So I'm a lot smaller than the average person that fights or trains.
How tall are you?
5'6".
Okay.
But I'm in the lightest weight class.
Okay.
So depending on where you are in the U.S., it's
Flyweight 135?
125.
125. Damn,
You
Chad,
said-
you cut
okay,
weight for
flyweight.
real, Chad.
Nah, he
No,
said he
not
didn't have
even.
to cut weight. We was chopping up with him before the episode. He said he really have to cut weight like that. It's not difficult for him like most fighters is.
Yeah, I only
ready?
walk around like no more than like 7, 8
Oh,
pounds
you can't
off.
tell your walk around weight. You know, that's what the
7-8
fighters
pounds
they be.
off, so, like,
they
you
be
probably had,
hiding.
like, what, 135,
That's how you
140?
walk around weight.
Yeah, like no more than 130. I don't think I've ever weighed more than 137 in my life. I've always been small.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's a blessing and a
Yeah,
curse.
man, small.
You said your
man
whole life.
wins.
So when did you start training for like?
I started training
jiu-jitsu,
jujitsu.
wrestling? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started training jujitsu when I was like 7th grade, and then 8th grade I started wrestling, and wrestled all through high school. But I didn't really train like too much MMA related stuff in high school, so I only trained like jujitsu for like 2-3 years, and then took a break from that for like 4 or 5 years, and then I really started taking it serious after high school.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey man, y'all know what it is, man. Episode ALLN1, man. What episode this is? Episode 34.
Shaq, 30.
You guys wanna go see a dead body?
34.
34.
34.
man.
34.
Y'all know what it is, man. You got your boy Reese in here. Big bro T-Roy in his bit. CD Roy in his bit.
Man,
And we
you
got
know
my
some-
boy Chad Rising,
Man, we
Chad
got Chad,
Risley,
man.
Chad
Thanks for
Risley,
coming
come
in.
on.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank y'all for having me.
Man, Tyrese not gonna clap, man. He lame.
Bro, man, Chad, you know what it is.
Oh, yeah,
bro. We
for
go
sure,
way
for
back,
sure.
Man. Out of America top team, man. How you been, bro? How you been?
Good, bro. Good. How y'all been?
Hey, bro.
Good,
Good.
Working.
good.
Blessed to be here, man.
Thankful for having you to come on,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Thankful
Thank
you
y'all
made
for
it on.
having me. Thank y'all for
Definitely
having me.
good to see you, right, bro. Seen each other since what, like 2018?
Yeah,
It's been a minute,
high school
bro.
graduation.
You ain't seen nobody since 2018.
Hey.
That boy went into the gulag that year.
The boy went, Zero
Had to.
Dark 30, just
Yeah, bro. Had to
fell off the face of the earth.
Get right real quick. Come back. You feel me? Better than ever. So, what's life been like for you, bro?
Just training, working, making money,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get right.
Okay.
Just trying to make it, as a fighter,
Yeah.
better myself every day.
Yeah.
Trying to eventually, goal is the UFC. Just working every day. The goal is always win the next fight. There's never anything past that. Can't overlook anybody. It's always just work, train, and fight. Always one task at a time, one fight at a time, one
So-
day at a time, really.
It's definitely important tonight. And I ain't like look back on like previous fights, whether it's a win or a loss. You
No,
always just
no.
looking
Like
towards the next
I
fight.
have 2 losses on my record,
Yeah.
and after that night ends, it's kind of just back to work, back to the drawing board,
Yeah.
focus on the next one.
Hold on. Don't downplay yourself now. Now you is coming off a 90-second victory in the first round, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Let's not forget that. Let's talk about that, bro. How was that feeling, bro?
It's probably the best one of my 3 wins and of my whole like athletic career of my whole life. That was probably the cake,
Yeah.
the icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty. I won submission of the year 2 years ago,
Okay.
and I think that was a good one to put me back in the running this year.
Yeah. Definitely competing for that.
What was the
belt coming
submission?
up, right?
This it right here?
Yeah, this is the one
this it
from
right here?
this is the one from this year. This was in January. This is a triangle choke.
But he finds himself in a triangle. Big slam, but that may have made it tighter. There,
So is that what happened when he slammed you? You was just able to get a better grip?
Yeah.
not a lot of sweat to be slipping. There's blood, but
Oh, it's locked in. It's locked.
Oh, yeah,
He had to tap. He had to tap.
He's trying to break his fucking neck. That nigga had to tap.
Hell yeah.
You just seen all the emotions and stuff. They just come out at the end like.
Yeah, Chad.
Yeah, it's just like all
Yeah, Chad.
it's all like the
flex on them niggas.
accumulated.
Yeah, Chad. Yeah. Thought that shit was sweet. We in the NFC, yo, dropping shit.
Hold on. Run that back. Run it back. I missed it. Run it back. All right, yeah, nigga.
We getting right.
All right,
You see what's going on.
Bomb.
Oh my god!
Bro,
Why are you kicking him while he's down?
Like, bro, so in the moment when all that's going on, like I know, like it's hard to think like
What, in the black squad?
assert emotion.
You throwing up GD?
Bro.
It's your team right here. Talk about them. Who are these people right here is in this picture right here?
To the left, that's my strength and conditioning coach, TJ.
Okay.
To the right beside him, in between me and TJ, that's my head coach, Brantley.
Okay.
Striking coach and MMA coach.
Brantley Fur.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's the man, the GOAT. And then to the right is my main training partner, Chris. He's actually about to fight next weekend
Okay.
at the Battery. He's also in my weight class. So me and him
At the Battery, that's tough.
Battery, that's
Yeah.
Where in the Battery?
at Sports and Social. It's like right there, PBR, like right in there at on the main floor by the bar. They clear all the tables and stuff out, put a cage in there.
That's crazy.
They pack the whole top side out, and then everywhere around is tables.
Fight
and,
Club.
Everybody in there.
yeah. Oh yeah, I fought there. Actually, that was my last fight before this was at the Battery.
Okay.
Jeez. Achilles.
It's all about a
And
journey,
then this
man.
is my other head coach, Diego Lima. He actually owns the gym that I train at. I actually started training under him when I was 12.
American top team.
So I've been
you've
with him
for a minute.
for a while. Yeah.
He ain't really seen you grow and everything. Really
Yeah.
molded you and everything.
Oh, yeah.
On this journey.
Oh yeah.
They like they
what's
know
up,
what they're
bro.
doing. Is it? Me and Tyrese was talking about this. I think the last UFC fight. I mean, yeah, the last MMA fight. Like in the middle of a fight, like if like a dude is like whooping you or something, and your coach is like on the side talking to you, like yeah, you need to do this. Is it hard to like make that?
Kind of. It depends on like the position you're in and kind of where you're at in the cage. Because if it's obviously very loud in there.
Yeah.
So if you're all the way across the cage and you're on the bottom, just getting your shit bounced off the floor,
Yeah,
then
pause,
you can't really like. All you're thinking about is like trying to survive.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I've never been in that position, but I would imagine it's not fun. But I've been like in other people's corners, like for instance that triangle. I was in his corner, so I could hear everything his coaches were saying, and he could hear everything they were saying. But when you're like in the middle of everything and crowd's loud, lights are on, adrenaline's just pumping.
Man, he elbowing me, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just really just trying to figure out what you need to do right in this moment.
I'm gonna say,
His coach is telling you
pick
too,
up.
though.
Like what is going through your head as he's picking you up?
Oh, I knew, because I've done this. I've been doing this since I was 12.
Yeah,
I've been doing this move since I was 12 years old, like nonstop. Like I've been jiu-jitsu tournaments when I was a kid. I would hit it on numerous people. Like
Oh, this is your bread and butter.
yeah, like this is my like go-to. Like,
Okay.
On my back, I'm going for that 100% of the time, and like I could hear everything his coaches were saying to do to get out of it, and it's kind of really just like counterproductive for him, because they're gonna say, okay, move this arm, I'm gonna grab that arm, do this or do that, I'm just gonna counter that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of counterintuitive in a sense, but I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Like-
I want to ask you, Chad, how is it being in the league? You know, NFC, National Fighting Championship League, and everything. How is that and everything?
It's cool. I think they're probably one of the best promotions as far as like amateur, lower level, like regional promotions. 'Cause after it goes like regional, and then you go or like local, which would be like just everybody from Georgia goes like meets up at the Battery and like has a bunch of fights from all the different gyms around Georgia, and you go up to like you should fight on like UFC Fight Pass, which is like not quite there yet, but it's like lower level professional. And then you got like UFC, PFL,
Pro
one.
Fight League.
Bellator.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the journey, you know, you real close in the journey. Like, you probably got like maybe another stage or two, and then you'll be right there on that UFC stage.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, you know, like Tyree said, like 3 and 2, like maybe like you just getting started. But once you get in UFC, that record gonna be 0-0.
Yeah,
Chad.
once you go pro, it all starts back to
Exactly,
zero.
it's a clean slate. Like even Mayweather lost in the Junior Olympics. Like so, you know, we ain't worried about that, man. It's a learning lesson. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
know you gonna do.
Nigga, Adesanya was getting his
learning
ass
lesson.
knocked out by Alex
Oh, yeah.
Pereira.
That's
Yeah.
what the amateurs are for.
Yeah,
You fight as much as
The
you can.
foundation. You setting the foundation for your
Yeah,
career, and then
yeah.
you
Exactly.
moving on.
Learn what you need to get good at. Learn what you need to work on. Learn what you're already good at that you need to get better at. It's all just like a learning experience, especially if you're trying, like aiming to go pro and make it far. You have to like, there's a certain amount of stuff you have to do before you go pro. You need like to be able to think through situations in like the heat of a fight, and it's like a lot going on. You have to be able to like tame yourself to be able to stay calm in those situations.
That adrenaline.
Yeah, you got to be able to. Yeah, that's another thing. You have to learn to keep your adrenaline under control. So if you say you like drop somebody, and then you're like, okay, I got to finish now, and you dump all that adrenaline, and then that scramble situation goes away, and you find yourself like trying to catch your breath. Your arms are all gassed, your legs are gassed. Can't feel like you can't breathe. Feel like you're about to drown. Like you gotta like
feel
learn.
like you're about to drown.
That's what
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel like.
That is crazy.
Like somebody on top of you, and you can't like, and you're too much adrenaline left or dumped. It feels like you're literally about to drown. Like can't catch your breath, but it's really all mental. You gotta learn, like I said, it's another thing. You gotta kind of learn how to think through and keep under like control.
That takes real discipline in there.
Yeah, it's like just thinking or going through like the amateur fights. You go into your first fight, you got all these nerves. You go into your second fight, you got the nerves, but they're not quite as bad as they were the first time. And then it just gets easier with time, as does anything. But
That's stress management right there.
yeah.
That's you being able to move with a pillow over your face, getting suffocated.
Yeah, and it's a lot of pressure, especially when you have a lot of people, watching. You know, a
Supporting.
lot of people watching, supporting, kind of.
Then you got your family.
You're like, I can't
your
get beat up.
girl.
Yeah,
in
not
front of my
necessarily
wife.
counting on you, but like counting on you.
Yeah.
Do you
they
kinda
wanna
have
see-
that?
Of course, they
Like
wanna see you do
everybody
good, but they
blocked
still
this out
with
for
you,
their
yeah.
schedule, pay money to come to this event,
Yo,
do this, that, and the other. Like it's a lot of pressure for sure. So when you're like walking out, you're thinking like all these different emotions and thoughts, but once you get in the cage, you just kind of gotta let that.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
So how was it? Your first MMA fight was what, 5 years ago? Like your
Yeah.
first legit one at 19?
Yeah, that one.
How
that
was you
one didn't-
feeling like going in there, like for your first official fight and everything?
I was feeling great for that one. I wouldn't say I was as prepared as I should have been. I came in between situations in life. I was at a different gym. My parents lived way across town, so I ended up at a different gym, which I love those guys, all my coaches over there. But I don't think I was really prepared necessarily as I should have been. Considering since I came to my gym that I'm at now, I've only lost one fight out of the last 4.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So
That's a blessing.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
really giving you the chessboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I look at it as a kind of a good thing that happened, because I probably wouldn't have switched gyms if it wasn't for that. And I just kind of wanted to get back to my roots, back to my initial coaches that I had that started me, and that I learned everything from. And we're kind of a bigger gym, kind of like the premier gym, I want to say. So we got a lot of guys that are doing big things. Like we got 3 guys that had just fought on one of my boys, Nate Rivera, just first round knockout on BKFC.
Okay.
Another one of my boys, Reese Watkins, fought on Fight Pass I think 2 weekends ago.
For
First
UFC?
round knockout.
Okay.
All
A
right.
bunch of our guys, I got a couple guys in the UFC at our gym. Other guys that are fighting on Fight Pass, just knocking at the door of the UFC.
Anybody in Bellator?
No, my head coach was the one Bellator champ.
Okay. Yeah, I fuck with Bellator,
welterweight.
man, with Pitbull and I think AJ. I seen them fight. That's the only 2 dudes I really know. But
Yeah, my
Nigga Romero. Romero was
yeah,
my
he went to,
favorite fighter.
he went to Bellator now. So,
Yol's a dog.
Oh,
Yeah, that guy's a specimen.
Bro, crazy.
Is there
So, hold on. Go ahead.
Is there any pride in fighting? Like when you go out there, it's like, bro, I'm not finna lose. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
like I didn't put all this work in. I don't care what he look like.
Oh,
What he
yeah.
do, wait.
Absolutely, especially when, like I said, you got a lot of people supporting you, crowds deep, you know, people wearing shirts with your names on it, and it's a lot of kind of like, I mean, it's a fight. Like,
Yeah.
if you got any type of like real dog in you, you're not gonna go out there. And, yeah, like yeah, if you got some real balls on you, then like, you're not gonna go out there and let another man beat you up.
So how does it feel when you lose though? You go out there with all of that pride. All of that,
It's humbling. It's
and
humbling.
then a nigga choke you out or something.
Oh yeah, it's humbling. Very humbling. I mean, it's always respect for the most part.
Okay, that's good respect. Like both ways.
Yeah, it's always respect. But losing sucks, no matter how you crack it, no matter what happened.
What the wins feel like?
The wins are a million times better than the
Yeah.
losses, but the losses hurt way more than the wins feel great for. It's a weird way to explain it, but losses hurt, especially when you put in all this time and money, sweat, blood, just to get ready for this one fight, this 9-minute fight, and then you go out there and get choked out in the first round. Then you're like, well, damn, that was a waste.
From a loss, have you ever corrected a mistake that you made in the previous fights?
Oh yeah.
Like you just said, you only lost one fight in your last 4. So what you feel like you corrected the most in the past to?
Really, because my first fight, I got kind of pulled guard. Kind of dude just kind of pulled me on top of him and threw an armbar up and caught me. That's not really something I was even really expecting to happen at all. I was thinking, you know, I'm gonna fight, and he kind of just grappled me a little bit, pulled me on top of him, and submitted me. But I learned kind of just to avoid dangerous situations at all costs, and don't give up any like dominant position for anything like risky. Just try to work on stuff that works and try to do things that you know is gonna work or it has a high chance of working. Other than just like, okay, I'm gonna go out here and just bang out with this dude and see what happens. Gotta go in there kind of calculated, have a game plan. Okay, this dude's good at this guy's good at this, he's not good at this. Like, I'm gonna exploit this, and just kind of, it's all kind of like a chess game. At the end of the day, because you're just trying to make moves, make them make mistakes, and you capitalize on those mistakes, and make it to where you're at the advantage.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do that with it.
I might say it's better to play the long game in this fighting game, especially stepping.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. 'Cause if sometimes like for belts, you got 5-round fights. So you got, instead of 3-minute fights, because 3 minutes is a short time and a long time at the same time. If you're in there, it feels like you're like, okay, damn, like I feel like I've been fighting for 5 minutes now, and there's still 2 minutes left on the clock, and only a minute's gone by, and you feel like, oh my god, like I've just been in here scrapping for, you feel like forever, and then you hear the clap the last 10 seconds, you're like, thank God, and you go sit on the stool, and you're just like, it's all like kind of hitting you at once, like legs catching all the lactic acid, and your legs going out, and just like trying to catch wind, trying to get a sip of water, and like just kind of trying to bring your mind back to like where it needs to be, and pretty much just like.
So, up next, you're finna fight for the Flyweight Championship.
Yes, sir.
In
Yes,
NFC.
sir.
Okay. So Flyweight, you said you were weighing at
125.
125. Okay. So how you getting ready for that and everything right now?
We're still looking for an opponent right now. So we're trying to work some things out.
Is the belt vacant or something?
Yeah. My teammate Anthony Rivera just won the belt on the same night I've fought, and he's going pro, so he's vacating the belt. So I'm next in line.
Yeah.
And the way the rankings work is I'm number 5, and the number 1 and the number 2 guy fought already, and the number 3 guy, which was him, just beat the guy. So kind of the top 3, 4 are out. So they're trying to find somebody to
Just eliminate
You top
the
5,
top
but
3.
you're not 5.
I'm not 5 no more. What?
Not at all.
Damn.
Not at all.
So just talk about like camp in general. What is camp like getting ready for a fight? I know you said you didn't went to Cali, you didn't got away for 2 weeks just training before and everything. I don't even got to be for camp. That's just training and everything. But what is camp like? You know you got a fight coming up. Like, what distractions you cut out? What are you doing to get ready for a fight?
Distractions that I cut out, I definitely don't. I try to just cut out all type of partying, going out. If I don't have to be around like people drinking and people just partying, the party type of vibe, I just try to like not be.
I know what you mean, Chad.
But I try to just be chilling at home, hang out with my dog, just kick it, watch movies, just trying to keep all like the bad vibe type of distractions away.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, it's just pretty much just train anywhere in your schedule of the day that you can, whether that be running, getting to the gym and getting in the classes and like getting pad work, hitting the bag. Other than that, it's just like I said, just work out, train, just be in the best shape earthly possible.
To piggyback off my brother question, what time does your day start? You know, for a training day, getting prepared for camp. Like, what time are you waking up and everything? I think that's something I want to know, because I be watching All Access with the fighters. He be making me watch the UFC live access with those fighters and everything when they're getting ready to fight. So, like, I just want to know what your process is getting ready for a fight. What time are you getting up in the morning? How many times are you training a day? Is it cardio, middle of the day, end of the day? What is that like for you?
So basically, on an ideal day, I wake up about 6. And my strength and conditioning coach, TJ, he meets me at the gym, or he's probably already at the gym, around 7:30, and then he just kills me.
7:30.
Yeah, it's I hate it, but it really makes a man out of you, because there's nothing worse than getting up that early, having no food in your stomach, and then going to lift weights and slam balls and do sprints and ride the bike and hit pads. Like it's terrible. It's ass. It's really ass. Like I'll be in the middle of it, just like thinking like, is this really what I want to do? Like
that's what the greatness is, man.
Yeah. At the same time, it's like, why am I doing this? Like this shit is insane. But at the same time, it's like nobody else is doing this shit.
Then when you slam somebody, it's like,
and then like at the end, as you do this for 6-7 weeks, every day, every 3 days, whatever it may be. Every day it sucks. Every day you're wondering, what am I doing here? Like no food in your stomach, trying to get enough water down to just be hydrated, to not feel like you're about to like all fatigued mid workout, and you just like, get there and you're like, God, like. Trying to warm up, it's cold as shit outside. Like it's
a lot.
It's like but it changes you mentally. It makes you think, okay, nobody else is doing this.
Yeah.
Guy that you're fighting, he's not doing this.
What do you think it takes to make a great fighter?
Discipline is probably the number one thing, because you can go from white belt, scrub, getting tapped out every class all day long, to you put your mind to, okay, I'm gonna work on this and this and this, and I'm gonna get in shape, and you just constantly grind at it. Because everybody in this sport, minus like a handful of people, they're not in there every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. They go once, go twice a day, maybe sometimes over the week, but they're not in there every day, twice a day, getting better every single day. So discipline is probably the number one thing, because you discipline yourself for X amount of time, you're going to get better at whatever you're trying to do. No matter if that's fighting or whatever that is in life.
Putting the time in.
Yeah, like you want to get better at boxing, you want to get your hands right, you just focus on boxing. Hit the bag, hit pads, shadow box, work on your footwork. Just do everything right and surround yourself with the right people. Which, like a quote my coach always says, you surround yourself with the right people and good things are going to come. And we do that. We say that as a gym, and it shows in all the people that we put out. And we've been winning fights. We've been on a hot streak for I don't know how long now. Whether that be in the UFC, on the UFC Fight Pass cards, or on the local shows that I fight on. We're knocking folks out, submitting folks, and just.
You heard it here first. What's the name of your gym?
Fuck you talking about?
What's the name of your gym?
American Top Team.
American Top Team. We are
dropping shit.
Anybody want to set up a fight?
They are dropping shit. Straight like that.
They got
Go
them
ahead,
dogs in them gym, man.
They listen to Pooh Shiesty in the gym.
So Hey Chad, is that something that you feel that all great fighters have in common, surrounding themselves with great people and being
American
disciplined and
top
having that, vision and just having that tunnel vision on this is what I got going on. I'm surrounded by these great people in my life. I'm only doing this. Is that what make great fighters?
That's what makes a great fighter. There's a lot of fighters out there
There's a lot
that
of good fighters.
there's a lot of good
Great,
fighters
yeah.
that could be great if they took the necessary steps to be great. But I've seen it like myself with people I've been around throughout my life and throughout like my time around combat sports. Cause I've been around like high level pro fighters since I was a little kid. So I've kind of seen like the ins and outs of like what happens. You go on a win streak, this can happen. You go on a losing streak, this can happen. Like I've seen it, I've been around it for a long time. So I've kind of seen like how it works. And it's like, there's a lot of good fighters. Like even in the UFC, even the people that you see on pay-per-views and on TV fighting on even other shows, like they could be top 5, top 3 in the world if they like really took it to like the point of like, okay, I'm gonna take myself away from this situation. I'm gonna go put myself somewhere in another country to train for X amount of time just to like just
Get
get
away,
better,
yeah.
get away, like, and just surround yourself with the right people. I think that's like the biggest thing is because you can be ass, you can be just get knocked out, finished, whatever it may be. You surround yourself with the right people and you do the right things, like things are gonna come around for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You gotta have the right
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So you say I just wanted to go back. You said you've been doing this since you was 12.
Yeah.
What initially drew you to the sport of MMA though, and what made you want to get into training?
My mom actually put me in a jiu-jitsu class with Carlos,
Okay.
my best friend Carlos.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Shout out.
And,
You know
Uh,
Carlos?
Yeah, we went to school.
Okay.
Both of our moms, because most MMA gyms have CrossFit or some type of like harder like workout for people that's like above average, not just kind of your like basic group training classes, but that's kind of like a common theme within MMA gyms, like CrossFit, MMA. And so my mom's like big into CrossFit, and his mom was big into CrossFit at the time. So they both kind of just took us to the gym, just to see what it was about, and we ended up both loving it and kind of falling in love with it, and
You just stuck with it.
just stuck with it from there.
Damn.
Like started, I think I did my first jiu-jitsu competition like a month in training, and I had never had any type of combat sports training or like wrestling or anything like that. I've always played baseball. That's really the only sport I played growing up. I played football a couple years. But once I got introduced to that, I just kind of like fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Took it from there, went to wrestling, and then from wrestling. And once I like I was a young kid. I was one of the only, me and Carlos were the only like younger kids in the gym, really. So we were around a lot of like pro fighters and like high level like UFC fighters and Bellator fighters, and like Douglas was the Bellator champ at the time.
Okay.
So like we were kind of around like some like cool people as young kids, and it kind of always like sparked my mind like I want to do that. I've always looked up to these guys, and like now it's like kind of coming full circle, and like they're cornering me in my fights. Like I grew up watching them, just on the TV at the gym, and just being around them training, and just like kind of like a surreal experience.
Full circle moment.
Yeah, like yeah, I've got pictures with them from when I was a little kid, and like with their belts, and I have like belts that I won at jiu-jitsu tournaments, and now like full circle moment. I'm about to fight for another belt, MMA belt now.
About to win an MMA belt.
I'm about to see
Yeah.
win that one.
Yes, sir.
How you got ALLN1 in your corner? We're gonna be watching you too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What does your diet consist of now, as a
I
professional
mean,
fighter?
since I'm not too far off my weight of what I have to fight at, I don't really diet too much.
Okay.
But when I'm in camp, I try to eat a lot of just meat and rice, and kind of try to lean out kind of all the shitty food I eat, because I like to eat like kind of whatever. Like I'll slide by McDonald's like any day of the week. Like
He said I'll slide by McDonald's.
But he also put niggas to sleep in the first round, 90 seconds.
I don't care what nobody said. McDonald's.
Like
there's
I'll
nothing
eat
wrong with it.
I'll eat my junk food. I'll get my candy bars at the gas station. Like, so I don't really eat too clean for what a fighter should be eating, just because of
What's your candy bar of choice?
Milky Way.
Nigga said meal
That's
kicks.
crazy. I haven't heard that in years.
They still sell those? 7-Elevens.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When I was in California, the general manager of the hotel,
Okay.
he was super cool, and he always, every time I came in from training or from getting my dinner after training, I would grab a Powerade and a Milky Way, and he would just give it to me every night.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah,
That's
good
lit.
man.
Who's
My man
somebody
Glenn.
from the MMA and fight game though that's inspired you?
Definitely my coaches, Douglas and Diego Lima. They've both made it to the biggest stages in the world. So especially being around them as a little kid, it's always inspired me to just fight at some point in my life. It's like I just want to fight. I don't know what I want to do with it, but I just want to fight and be around fighters and just be like, make the fight game like part of my life.
Yeah.
I've wanted to do that since I was probably 12, 13 years old. Just being around like that type of environment really like, was like, okay, like this is really like, I wouldn't mind doing this the rest of my life.
I want.
Yeah, like this is,
I fuck with
Talking
this.
about all this professional fighting and ring fighting. Was there any type of fighting outside the ring, in school, growing up?
I mean, I'm typically a pretty like reserved person, pretty laid back, but I've been in my fair share of fights
What's fair
growing up
share?
in school.
Bar fights.
I've been in a few bar fights.
I can tell,
fights in
Chad.
school.
Chad, you give me kind of bar fight vibes.
You smashed a beer on his head.
These niggas was going to fucking Buckhead bars as juniors and seniors in high school fighting grown ass men. Don't try to downplay it,
Come on, Chad.
These niggas will come back to
You
weight
at
training.
dive bar.
These niggas will come back to weight training the next day. Yeah, bro. We just got into a fight with a bunch of college students. I don't know what happened. It's just
Doing jujitsu since he was 12.
jujitsu
He
since
put the
12.
dude in the arm bar.
I just support somebody with an elbow at dive bar in Buckhead. Like,
bro, the niggas. Yeah. The
Yeah,
most- the
but
most
I
is
try
lit.
to like, I typically try to avoid confrontation as much as I can,
Yeah.
because there's no reason to really.
It's like
No,
John
no,
Wick.
most
It's like John
Yeah,
Wick.
yeah.
John Wick doesn't pick a fight.
It's no reason to put it out there that like, cause you know you're a professional fighter. Like you know, like bro, if it come down to it, like bro, I'll fuck somebody up.
Yeah, like
So like,
yeah.
you want to like, but you want to reserve that side of you, cause while you out, you don't want to show it. Like
It's like having a gun.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't
it's
need,
like a
I don't
trump
need
card.
to show you I got this bitch tucked under me, bro. Like it's like I'm good. Like bro, just
Yeah.
mind you.
We know what a
mind
gun
me.
does.
Yeah.
I don't need
Yeah.
to flash it.
And just like I don't just because you know like some people out there just don't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to lose your life for no reason.
No,
and
most definitely.
They
and
just
especially like in Buckhead, crazy people out there, bro. Crazy.
don't.
Crazy.
These niggas have nothing to
Like,
lose. These youngins have
you-
switches.
Yeah. Like I've seen friends of mine get knocked out cold. Like it's not like
Let
there's
that
no
living-
reason to take a risk for no reason. There's no sense in that.
You do gotta stand on business though.
Yeah, I mean, if you really gotta like get to it, then it is what it is. But I think it's smart to always kind of try to de-escalate it.
Try to find a solution first.
Yeah,
before
try to
it
de-escalate the
becomes
situation
a
before it gets to
problem.
a point where it's like, okay, we have to fight now.
Now we have to do this.
Yeah. But I mean, if it happens, it happens. It's
Wild
what it is.
words from my boy Chad, man.
Is it
Try to find an easy way out.
that type of aggression you have like in an outside fight? Is it similar to what you have in the cage?
No, not really. I mean, I don't think other than like in high school, like in school, I don't think I've ever really been necessarily sober during any like fights like that. So it's kind of like all like liquid confidence and people just like popping off and whatnot.
I'm gonna kill him.
But like me, just like in everyday life, like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would try to avoid a fight
If
as
you
much as
chilling,
possible.
You chilling, yeah.
like, I'm like I'm pretty
Let's go
laid back.
outside.
Yeah, like I would never like go out of my way to fight somebody
Yeah.
for no reason.
It's that them
Yeah.
spirits.
Yeah, like there's no reason for unnecessary conflict, in my opinion.
Fuck, man.
This nigga late as
Like
hell.
a lot of people. Yeah, they filmed Creed 2 in our gym.
damn, your coach Phil Creed 3?
What?
or
Creed.
Creed 3, whichever one it
Creed
was.
3. I was
No,
trying to say,
Whoa.
yeah, click on that. Yeah, bro, we can't just blow past that.
Yeah.
That's $1 million movie.
they
They
shot
shot
Creed
Creed 3 at
3.
y'all gym.
Yeah, they were both in it.
What? And these are your coaches?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Creed 3.
He just
Creed
like, yeah.
3 was shot.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, American American
Nah,
Top
I've heard of
Team?
American Top Team a lot. Like watching like.
Oh, yeah,
UFC. Wait,
they're,
doesn't Alvin is training at American Top Team?
Alvin is at do you know Alvin?
Alvin Miller?
He's training American Top Team in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's
No, he's out of Tennessee.
Oh, they have locations all over. But the main one, like most of the UFC fighters, or not most of the UFC fighters, but a lot of UFC fighters, South Florida, Coconut
I was
Creek.
gonna say Florida probably, bro. Florida's where
South Florida's like a MMA hub. There's a lot of big gyms down there.
Miami and shit, man.
Yeah,
Why is that?
Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Why is
Kimbo
that?
shit.
Why you think that is?
The culture.
I say, yeah, I mean it's like fighting culture down there.
Really?
Yeah.
nigga Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo Slice, Jorge Masvidal. I just said that.
Was fighting in Florida, nigga.
In the backyards and shit, bro. That's where the shit started.
That shit's still on YouTube to this day.
It's just crazy.
I
to
remember
see-
Kimbo
it's just-
Slice used to pull up on niggas.
Yeah, for real. It's just crazy. to see.
Straight to it.
Just straight to it.
Here.
No talking. Yeah, come on, run it. Niggas did not want to see Kimbo. RP Kimbo.
Then he was
Slice,
just
man.
trucking niggas. That was the funniest shit ever.
Oh yeah.
He was running up on niggas.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to skip past over this. I feel like you touched on it before we got on camera, but I just want to get back to it. When you was in California for that 2 weeks, you said you was by yourself and everything. Talk about that. What life experience you feel like you learned out there, and how did that make you the man that you are today?
That was probably the longest flight I've ever been on. Cause I don't really I travel around the U.S. sometimes. Been out of the country once, but most of the places I travel are like 2-3 hour flights. So a 5-hour flight to California, that was new. Never traveled by myself like that, especially across the country. Never stayed by myself for that amount of time, and I've never been away from home. Never been on a trip away from Georgia for longer than probably a week. So doing all that combined with training, and I was training at one of the best gyms in the world with a lot of high level guys.
What gym was that?
Team Alpha Male in Sacramento.
Okay.
Uriah Faber's gym.
Okay.
If y'all know who that is.
I don't, but the viewers might.
Yeah,
The viewers might.
I
just wanna
mean,
go
if
ahead
we
and-
don't, we gonna look it up and add it in the video later.
Oh yeah. Uriah Faber, he's a legend in the fight game, UFC Hall of Famer.
Okay.
He's a cool dude. But it was like swimming in shark infested waters out there. Like all the guys, even the guys that were my weight, a lot bigger than me, a lot stronger than me, hit a lot harder than me. So it's kind of just basically just going through the ringer.
Eye opening.
Just getting pushed through the fire, and yeah, it was a real eye opener. Doing all of that on one trip, getting ready for a fight. So I'm in kind of a different mental space, and then on top of that, being by myself, being away from everything, my dog,
Everything,
girlfriend,
everybody,
mom, dad, sisters, friends, friends that I see every day. Just completely changing my lifestyle for 2 weeks in preparation for this 1 9-minute fight. That kind of just changed my outlook on a lot of things, as far as training, as far as fighting as a profession, and as dieting and just living, and just living as a professional fighter. It's a lot different than I could go to pro practice at my gym now, and I wouldn't really it wouldn't really be any different than going to a normal practice. But out there, training with the pros, you get treated different. You get to train with a lot higher level people. I was training with she's about to fight for the strawweight belt in the UFC. I was sparring with her, and I was sparring with Song Yadong, just being around all these type of people.
Damn.
It was it was a real eye opener, and having a gym that's 40 plus people on the mat at one time, all fighting in some high level organization.
I seen that. Those videos are Pereira. It's 50 people on the mat. Everybody getting
Yeah,
work.
everybody's just getting after it. The intensity is just different. Because everybody's just working towards one goal. As far as there's so many people in here that the energy is just different. As far as at home, a home gym, there's 20 people max or so, on any given training day, and it's you got a few pros here, a few pros there, and there's a lot of amateur guys, and it's a lot of just random people that just train, show up to sparring, Saturday sparring, and they just try to just get their rounds in, get to ego check some people on Saturday, and then go back to their normal lives during the week. So it's kind of
a mix.
Yeah.
It's not really as focused.
But out there, it's kind of everybody is a pro fighter. All 40 of these people are all pro fighters, live and breathe fighting every day of their lives.
This is their life.
We trying to get a
Nothing else
belt.
outside of this.
Yeah. Pretty
It's like
much.
you went to the League of Assassins in California.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, pretty much. But I love my
Boy,
gym
turning to
here.
John Wick.
We got some dogs at my gym. It's hard training, good training partners, a lot of high level guys here. But to go from so I'm an American Top Team, Team Lima in Duluth. If I were to go down to South Florida to American Top Team, like the headquarters, it would be the same gym, but it would be like the same type of vibe as it would be in California. A lot of just everybody's pro. Like it's not even open to the public, I don't think. So it's just pro fighters. Just that's it. Live, breathe, fighting. Nothing else.
So to get in that gym, you have to be like,
You have to either know somebody or you have to be
Whole status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be like that. Like,
when you get the belt, you could just show it at the door, like, yeah, let me in.
yeah, like I plan on taking a trip down there with some of my training partners sometime soon. And I definitely plan on going back out to California.
Shit, you about to be down there with the belt. What you talking about? I'm coming in there with the belt on the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and let me in there. Yeah.
Let me get 45 minutes bag work.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about your family, your girlfriend, your friends, and everything. You said they always come out, support you and everything.
Oh, yeah.
When you win a fight and everything, you try to run to them occasionally. Talk about like what they mean to you on this fight journey and everything that you have going on.
They mean everything. My family, friends, girlfriend, sponsors. Sponsors help with all my fight camp expenses. They help me go out to California. They put money up for me. They really support me. And everybody that buys tickets, I obviously get a little percentage of the ticket money to make money for myself. And so I sell a lot of tickets. Like I sell probably $3,000, $4,000 worth of tickets every time.
Damn.
So it's probably like 70, 80 people or so. So I always come deep. So I don't think it would be anywhere near the same if that wasn't there. And like my mom, my dad, they support me hands down, 100%, all the way through. And I don't think really you could ask for better parents, especially like in a profession like that, of fighting. Like no mom wants to see her son get beat up.
Yeah.
So for I know it's like super nerve-wracking on my parents, super nerve-wracking on my girlfriend and my friends. Like, so I mean, obviously they mean like the world. I wouldn't think I would be where I'm at or have came anywhere near close to where I'm at or will go anywhere as far as I'm trying to go or will go without my support system. The coaches, friends, family, mom, dad, like everybody, girlfriend, dogs, like everything. Everything's all one big support system, one big dream team.
You said you work with the sponsors. Who are some of your sponsors?
Some of my sponsors: OC Roofing Systems, McGill Family Tree Farms, 1440 CrossFit in Cumming, Georgia, Fence Pros of Georgia, JMC Dominguez Contracting. Pretty much it. As far as my
5 or 6
sponsors.
sponsors. Shit, you saying pretty much it. That was quite a few.
Yeah, and my support system. A lot of those are my close friends and
I might say
family.
Dominguez. I might say
Chris.
that last name sounded familiar. I was
Rung a
like,
bell.
Yeah,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
shout out Chris, man.
Oh yeah, Chris is my dog.
Yeah. So that's what's up.
Love him.
Sound like you got a real solid foundation behind you, real solid team behind you.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
Shout out to the family.
And the way my friends are about about my fights, like they're ready to go too. Like
If you lose, we jump in the cage.
like
no, we don't need a McGregor versus Khabib situation.
like
going
it-
on.
throwing chairs at the
like
bus.
my friends are ready to go. Like when I'm fighting, if anything like sideways pops off, like they're ready. They're
He put
there.
rocks in his gloves.
I know you hear your coaches from the stands. Do you hear your boys from the stands?
Oh yeah, I mean I don't really hear anything like in
He's
fight.
locked in, bro.
Like
That nigga
it's
not
kind of
that-
just
yeah.
like a ringing noise in your ear, really. And then you drop that one shot, and you like look up and you see dude laying on his back, and like crowd just kind of erupts, and just, like really like a different type of feeling. Kind of like amps you up like so much that you're like I gotta like make something happen right now, like finish the shit and get up on the cage and yeah.
on top of the world.
Like when you're up there, like looking down, like I'm looking down at all my friends and family, and like just thinking about all like the hard work that I put in is hitting me in the moment. Like seeing everybody cheer for me and like be so excited for me, it's like a kind of like an overwhelming like sense of joy.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's a feeling you can't even describe.
like it's not. Yeah, it's like something.
like an
it's like in
in-moment
that
feeling,
moment,
yeah.
like you don't, and then that moment goes by, and you're like, damn, like
I really just did that.
yeah, and you're
Right,
like, you're in the
to the
back,
next.
like adrenaline's coming down, like everybody's dapping you up, trying to take pictures with you, walking through the crowd, people you don't know trying to take pictures with you, buy you drinks, like bro, like high five, this that, like it's kind of like and in that sense, like, and then you leave the venue, and that all that shit's over. Or you go to like the bar or whatever after, like that day ends, the new day happens,
Back to the real world.
back to the real world.
Now you're on the tower like Mortal Kombat. Onto the
Yeah,
next
like
opponent.
you go back to the gym one day.
Yo, for real.
until you reach the top.
Yeah,
and then
you
you
just
are the
keep
top.
climbing, because you start here with 10 people that follow you. Every time you win, there's more people that just come, more people that follow, more people want to watch you fight, and that's how you just basically just gain like a following, and then
Attraction, yeah.
yeah, you just put on exciting
journey.
fights, win fights. Even if you don't even win them, if you put on exciting fights, you can still go as far as
If you just be a dog, like we just
Yeah.
see something crazy, like you get your face split open and you're still fighting. It's like,
yeah, like
that
you,
man got
if
heart.
if you like really put on entertaining fights, you can go far in the sport. And if you win fights but they're not entertaining, you can still go far in the sport. But if you win entertaining fights,
O'Malley.
But what
levels,
about
like,
the evolving of the sport and selling the fight and everything? Because we've seen fighters come along and everything, and I feel like they've been like kind of enhanced and made the sport like bigger and everything. Like it takes generational talents and everything, like Sugar and Conor McGregor
Oh, I
and
say
everything.
McGregor took the
Yeah,
sport
McGregor
to a
took
whole
it-
nother level.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, he took it to a level that no one else will probably come close to.
I didn't realize that though, Chad, until like it wasn't even a UFC fight. It was the magnitude of him fighting Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, "We're gonna chant fuck the Mayweathers. 1, 2, 3. Everybody fuck the Mayweathers." Like everybody was chanting that shit, and I was like, "Yo, dude is really like." I
Yeah,
see what
he's got,
Dana
like, a
White is
different
talking
aura
about, because
about him.
Dana White talking about like sales advice, like all about what you pull
Dana
and draw
love-
in
Dana love that
from
man, bro.
globally and everything. So
Yeah.
you feel like, I want to ask you, further down the road and down the line, you feel like you're gonna be more out there and animated in the sport and everything. Like we call it in our community popping our shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be really just out there and like
Yeah.
trying to sell like fights and everything.
This nigga said our
I
community.
mean, I wouldn't say that that's kind of like my personality as far as like selling fights, because I think McGregor took it from like a level that was not very good to a new height that nobody will ever reach, and everybody is trying to recreate that and trying to just talk shit into the fights, like, and then sometimes that works with some people, and then sometimes it just ends up like you talk yourself into a fight and then you get beat up, and then it's like,
you talk yourself into an ass whooping.
yeah, like, and then, but the reason
at
it
you
worked
now.
so good with McGregor was because he had the right opponents and he beat
Was
them,
beating them.
and
It was
knocked
that-
them out,
it
beating
was
them
that Aldo
in
fight, bro.
entertaining fashion.
He
That
talks
Jose
his shit.
Aldo fight, bro, it changed everything.
I'm about to
Yeah.
say, yeah, I watched that documentary with him, man. I feel like, man, he talked himself into some wins. Like, he really believed that shit, bro.
Yeah,
and, like, that's the one thing I really believe in. If I, like, when you really talking, like, and you really believe, like, he really went in that ring and, like, dropped the dudes.
Do you feel like the fight, like McGregor was known for his mental game? Do you feel like that plays a big part in fights? The mental
100%,
game?
100%.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, some people are really athletic, really smart, or not really necessarily really smart, but really good at what they do. And then somebody comes and like kind of disrupts their rhythm a little bit, and then it's just kind of like meltdown immediately, like have no type of like mental fortitude. Like, that's like I've seen a lot of fighters like that. And they'll be so good at fighting, and because they've only fought like people that don't really talk or try to get in their head or disrupt their rhythm, and they just kind of go out there and try to play their own game, and then they get their rhythm disrupted, and then it's just kind of like don't know what to do.
He falls apart.
Like it's just like goes haywire.
Yeah, Bryson's like that.
How do you feel about McGregor been absent, probably about 2 years and everything. He been getting called out and everything, but like Michael
think-
Chandler and everything. How you feel about that?
I think everybody's just trying to chase the money.
Yeah, secure the bag, bro. They know McGregor is a bag. It's not It's not about the fight. It's about the bag. Like
They just know they're the eyes that it's gonna bring
Michael
the
Chandler
pay per
called
view
this
money.
man out on WWE promo, bro. That's why I don't like the whole UFC and WWE merging together. Because now y'all about to have y'all got the fake fighting going on with the real fighting.
It's gonna be
now.
promotion.
So
How
it's
about
like-
the UFC? What is that shit fake?
Yeah, but I mean, it's promotion
What
for
if the UFC
fights.
fake?
No. Rampage Jackson came on his podcast and said it himself. It's never been a fake UFC fight before. He's seen fake professional pro fights, but it's never been the UFC. Everything that goes on in UFC is 100% real, bro. You get in there, you get in that cage, you get your ass knocked out. That is on you.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, nobody's gonna. I mean, to a degree, I guess, get paid to go out there and
get paid to
get floored in front of a million people on national
People
television.
get paid to take dives.
Dives, but nobody gets paid
This
to
is not
just
a
get
Jake Paul fight. This is not that. This is
like
this
nobody
is-
gets
this is-
paid to get a shin bone wrapped around their forehead.
Like, can you imagine somebody coming to Nate Diaz and be like, "Yeah, I want you to take the fall for 3 minutes." Nate gonna look at you like, "Nigga, are you goofy? You dumb?"
yeah, Nate.
Okay,
he's
you want to
fighting
do it for
to the
3?
end.
Let's give you 12.
No.
No.
He's still finna make at least 5, 6 off this fight. So it's like, no, wow. Bro, some people have morals and respect about themselves. Like, they not finna go in there
No,
and
some
just take
people
no
do.
dive. You feel me?
Some people don't.
So
Yeah. Some people do. Some people definitely
Some
don't.
people taking that bag, bro. Okay, Nate Diaz not. Okay, let's go to the next nigga.
Like a lot of people say that that Cowboy and Connor was rigged.
bro,
But
it's how Connor came in there. I don't know, bro. Them shoulders
bump shit.
look like they was
I
really
think-
doing something to him.
I think the lights were just too bright for Cowboy.
I mean,
And then he came in,
he was old as fuck as well, bro.
and
Like,
he's every time he's been in a high level, like a high ticket fight, he loses.
yeah,
or he
bro,
lost.
nah,
So was he a salesman?
And
or-
then like there's high level fights, and then there's fighting Conor McGregor, which is a whole different type of.
this is box office. This is worldwide.
Yeah, this is like Madison Square Garden.
everybody's watching.
Like the whole
you're
world's
fighting.
watching.
You're fighting
yeah.
the Floyd Mayweather.
Like
of
your top
the
5
UFC.
pay-per-views in UFC history, fighting Conor McGregor.
I'm about to say
That was a
and-
return from McGregor too, right? When he came
And,
back.
and
Yeah,
all
I
like
think
top
so.
10, I think McGregor has like 6 fights in the top UFC. Like it's all top
that
10
Ireland
pay-per-views.
crowd that they pull in, bro, that's a nation over there, bro. You gotta respect.
Yeah,
it.
and like, for instance, Ian Gary right now, he's Irish, and he's not pulling. He's trying to
You
trying to
talking
do
about the little 26-year-old? He just fought on Alexander.
He just fought Jeff New. Yeah.
Yeah, he just won a night. Yeah, I mean, I
Like,
see what he's trying to do,
it,
yeah,
but he's not doing
he's
it
not the
anywhere
same.
near
He's
like
not the same. I
Conor
know exactly what you're
did
talking
it.
about.
Conor
He's not the
threw a-
same.
Connor came from nothing.
Connor
bro.
threw a chair at a Maybach bus.
Yeah, like
He doesn't give a
Conor's like rise to the top was like something like that'll probably never happen again
No,
in the
it-
sport of
it was like a
MMA.
once in a lifetime thing. Most definitely. How did you feel about the Alexander fight?
I mean, I honestly thought that was gonna happen. I think Ilya Topuria is a dog. Really,
Yeah, he
like,
was
really a dog.
He was 14-0 walking into
Yeah,
that
but
fight.
I think Volk's a dog. I mean, he's probably one of the best featherweights of all time. But I think coming off of 2 losses, a head kick
It's
loss,
that Islam fight, bro. I'm
like
telling
he lost the first Islam fight by decision, and then just got finished by Islam in a different weight class, which plays a part in it. But at the same time, your mental like knowing you got knocked out doesn't change when you go to down a weight class or up a weight class.
Yeah.
You still have that in the back of your head that, okay, I got floored last time out. That can't happen again. So you're like overcompensating and doing this and that, trying to avoid getting knocked out and then get knocked out. But I honestly thought that was gonna happen. I like Volk, but I think Ilya's it's just like his time now.
Volk.
You think it's his time?
Is
Adesanya.
I think it's just his time
Yeah,
to be at the
Kamara,
top.
Bro, all them.
And Masvidal. All of
Sean,
them.
you know who else lost me a lot of money? Sean Strickland, bro. I really thought Sean Strickland was finna go on a run,
So did I.
and you let Dracus Duplessis come in here and just, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause
I thought that fight was gonna be different too.
You feel me? Like I'm really thinking Sean is about to go on a little run. Like
Yeah.
bro's about to.
So did I. And that was kind of surprising.
What you think about the UFC 300 fight card?
I think it's a good fight card. I think Alex Pereira and
Jamal Hill,
Jamal
main
Hill.
event, like that. To me, if anything, that should be co-main event at best.
Yeah, I think it's a good fight. I don't think it's a good fight for like box office type of card.
Not for 300 main event.
Like I think
co-main
the people that really know fighting are interested in that fight, but I don't think it's like
I love
McGregor
Jamal Hill.
Diaz 3 type of vibe.
I promise you, he's not.
I play with
Pereira's on
him.
a whole
I play
nother
with.
level.
I play with him on UFC, and all I'm saying is, the power behind Jamal Hill is what I noticed. He's probably way slower than Pereira.
Gaethje versus
Max Holloway.
yeah, that's my for the BMF title. That's my favorite fight.
I think that could be a main event for 300.
Yeah, Gaethje is actually one of my favorite fighters.
So yeah,
In-
likewise.
Yeah,
Me too.
I fuck with Gaethje. I definitely like. I be trying to put my brother and them on Gaethje. I'm like, bro, Gaethje is a brawler, bro. He's ready to get in there and really throw them hoes like at all.
Yeah.
costs,
Oh yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah. Gaethje's he's entertaining for sure.
Then got Overlayer coming back and everything, so we gonna see what he talking about and everything.
Dustin Poirier coming back.
Dustin Poirier gonna on that fight card as well. Who he fighting on that fight card?
I don't know if he's on that card or if he's on. I think he's on 299.
299. Yeah, because 298 just happened, right?
Yeah, I think he's on Miami card. And I think March 9th.
Is there a point system in UFC? How you win a UFC fight? Like with the judges? Is it like boxing?
It's a 10-8. I'm not really exactly sure how to explain it, but I know the winner, or it's a 10. Like it's a 10-8 system. So, the winner of whoever's deemed the winner of the round gets 10 points to the scorecard, and if you won the round close, it could go either way. The other guy gets 9 points, and if you really very obviously won that round, they get 8 points, which is fairly rare, but it goes like that pretty much. I'm not sure
So like
how to explain like the exact criteria of it.
It's like boxing, like 10-9,
Yeah, 10-9. Yeah, it ends up being like 30-27, 30-28, 29-28, stuff like that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know when you go into a fight, off rip, you're looking for the knockout or the submission. But if it does go to the judges or like throughout the fight, your corner C is going to judges. Like, what is that process like going through each round? Like, all right, bro, it's getting closer and closer to the final round. This shit might go to decision. Like, what is that like?
Of my 5 fights, I've been past the first round once.
Okay.
So I'm one of my 3 wins was a decision, a split decision win, which is my second fight. But the first time you go through the whole first round and you come back to the chair, it's like wow, I'm tired. Like, wow.
I was not
I just did
expecting
that.
this.
Yeah,
We
like
was just
you-
throwing
like-
them.
Yeah, it's like an intensity you can't match in the gym, to where it's like you're training like to feel this exact way. You just have to try to mimic it the best as you can, and just get as tired as you can. But there's no like you can't recreate the adrenaline and like the crowd, and like the feeling of okay, I just like strap these gloves on, and they're not coming off until I come out of this cage. So it's like there's like an intensity you can't like recreate in the gym.
Win, lose, or draw.
Yeah, like
Pressure. You can't create the pressure too.
yeah, you can't create the pressure.
The
Like
environment.
yeah, it's just it all can't be recreated. So you kind of just have to mimic it as best you can, spar as hard as you can, drill as hard as you can. Like try to put yourself like in that state of mind, state of tiredness, where you're like, this is what I'm gonna feel like in between rounds, and this is where because you have a minute between rounds to recover and rest, get water. So you have a minute to get your heart rate back as low as it can go, and then just be ready to go another 3 minutes, and then sit down, do it again, and then go another 3 minutes. And then when you go up to pro, it's 5-minute rounds, so it's longer. The extra 2 minutes feels like an extra 20. Yeah, like even like sparring rounds, the extra 2 minutes is like wow.
And then we be seeing it in fights like person gets slammed in like the first minute of the round of a bro. I know that shit be ass. Like you just got somebody on top of you for 4 minutes consecutively, just
And like
ground
the
and pound
hardest
the whole
part
time.
of like the cardio aspect of it is the grappling, like body to body. Another dude on top, you trying to hold you down, you trying to get up and not get held down. It's like exerting so much energy so frequently. You just by the time you get back up to your feet finally, you're like out of energy. So you got to learn how to like recover through that, take space and catch your breath after that, and to be ready to like be able to do that for the duration of the whole fight.
That's crazy. Cause it's like you can't even if someone's trying to pin you down, like you can't even be like, all right, let me exert a little bit of force. You're like, no,
Yeah, like, you gotta, like-
give it the whole.
And they're like using all their like being to hold you down. Like
Yeah.
they're not just gonna let you up. So you got to use all your being to get up
Yeah.
and get like find an angle, find some space to get up and get out and get back to your feet.
How do you keep wind like that?
It's hard. It's hard. You gotta have the proper cardio. Cardio is like number 2 behind just being like disciplined.
You run a lot?
I don't. I ride the assault bike a lot.
Okay.
I hate running. I need to run more. But I ride the assault bike a lot. And I do like different types of strength and conditioning workouts with my strength and conditioning coach. So it's like I do a lot of conditioning, but I don't do a lot of like cardio per se, which I definitely should do more. But it's like cardio is very important. Whether it be like you get wrestling rounds in, 'cause wrestling's the best cardio for MMA. So you get like hard wrestling rounds in, that can be your cardio, or hard sparring rounds. Like there's different ways to get your cardio, but cardio is definitely like a necessity. Because you go out there and fight hard for 20 seconds,
You're gonna
gassed.
be gassed.
Over it.
Yeah.
Just baited you into a trap. I'm gonna let you exert all this energy just to knock your ass out later on.
And then
Yeah,
what? You
like
can't
a lot of people like go to fights not in shape, not in proper shape, and then go out there, get winded in a minute, get knocked out, and be like, oh well, it's a lucky shot. And now it's like, well, you're trying to discredit somebody else's work because you weren't prepared properly. So it's like cardio is definitely like key proponent of being a fighter, being any type of athlete really, especially combat sports.
When you was at the point where you was like, is this for me? Do I even want to still do this? What brought you back to the fight game? Like, what was the main thing that was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna ride this journey out.
Just really thinking like, okay, I could either do this, get my ass off the couch and go to the gym and make this my lifestyle, or I could wake up at the ass crack of dawn every day and go sit at a desk and make somebody else money and get paid chump change. So it's like work hard for a few years, get where you want to be in doing this one thing, or just work some shit job the rest of your life. And I would definitely choose to be a professional athlete versus working any other job, really.
That's the motto of ALLN1, man. We got 3 years of hard work. We're not working for nobody else.
You gotta, it's
You gotta stay
foundation.
down.
That's the key word we like to
Journey-
always use on
journey
this
and
podcast.
foundation.
You gotta set the foundation early so it can pay off later on.
Exactly.
You can't have cracks in the foundation.
No, most definitely.
Did y'all have anything I want to ask them? What we always ask our guests and everything.
Oh no, go ahead, bro.
Man, Chad, we always ask guests before they do get up out of here. What's something that you want to be remembered for?
Hard work, always having my nose to the grindstone, just doing the right thing, putting myself around the right people. Just trying to just imprint that way. Just doing the right thing, working hard, showing that hard work gets you where you want to go, really.
So when they look at your legacy of you fighting, hard working, you was always just training hard and grinding hard and everything.
Exactly. I don't want quick finishes to go, okay, well, he's just blessed with some skill. He doesn't really work hard for it. Because I see a lot of people that are blessed with skill. And I'm not saying I'm not blessed with skill. I'm very blessed with skill. But I'm also blessed with great work ethic.
Determination.
And determination to, like, because I'm very, like, kind of all over the place. But when I find something that I, like, enjoy doing and love to do, and, like, I put my mind to it, like, I make progress very fast.
This is up, man. Bro, I definitely appreciate you coming out,
Yeah,
man.
man, I appreciate
Chad,
y'all.
we
having me.
appreciate you, my dog. Man.
Yes, sir.
All
Appreciate
Thank
y'all
you
having
for coming
all
out.
one, man. Episode 34, man.
Man,
Y'all like,
this is a
comment,
great episode,
subscribe.
man. Appreciate it, man. Let's clap it up, man.
Championship fight coming up, man. All in one, we gonna be there, man. We gonna be there supporting, man. You already know what it is.
NFC,
Yes, sir.